For 4 weeks, 8 area chefs battled it out right here in the GreyRocks Event Center kitchen. Unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to 4 outstanding culinary artists. Now the remaining 4 compete for a cash prize, their picture on the first ever Show Me Chef's cookbook, and the title of Season 4 champion. Today, it's guys versus ghouls in this spooky episode, and we are sure to fall in love with some amazing seasonal dishes. Who's going to advance to the finale? Find out on this brand new episode of Show Me Chef. All right, it's time to meet our chefs. First up, we have Chef Lorelei Morris returning from Bread and Butter in Poplar Bluff. It's good to have you back. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Good to be back. I was getting ready for the competition this morning, and I felt a little bit anxious, not as bad as I was yesterday, because I kind of have an idea of what's going to be happening. Chaos in my brain right now. Trying to focus and concentrate. I would hate to see lifting the blanket off the basket and see something staring up at me.
Next up, we have Chef Jody Easter with MJ's Market and Deli right here in Springfield, Missouri. Good to have you back, man. Are you excited?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks
I know you were surprised in the episode, but you were great. And
yeah, I was a little shocked we got the win last time.
You're gonna bring it today, man. It's gonna be awesome.
My nerves were so much better today. First 2 rounds, my hand was shaking with the knife in it, and I thought, oh man, this is gonna go bad. Today, completely different story. Got up confident, feeling really good about everything. I'm thinking, oh man, what are they gonna give us? You know, this Halloween theme, it could be anything. And you know, I was expecting something real crazy. You see the Yeezys? Make sure you get the Yeezys in the cut.
All right, let's get cooking. Today, your first round is the lightning round. You will only have 15 minutes to create the perfect dish utilizing mystery ingredients. Now, you'll of course have unlimited access to the pantry provided by Cisco, as well as the full spice rack provided by Chabom Teas and Spices. Chefs, are you ready for these mystery ingredients?
Let's do it.
For the lightning round, you'll have to use beef liver from Windswept Farms, leeks, oyster mushrooms, and Chardonnay smoked salt from Chabom Teas and Spices. All right, chefs, are you scared yet? You will be. Your 15 minutes starts now.
Hands are where I can't reach them. I pulled the blanket off the basket and was completely horrified because liver was in there, and I hate liver. Oh, jeez. The only thing that I knew really to make was liver and onions. That's a pretty big staple if you're gonna eat that stuff, so. Liver is so gross. My strategy with the appetizer round is to just put out the best product that I can. I just wished for the best.
Pretty happy with seeing the ingredients once they were revealed. I'm not in love with liver, so that was, you know, I knew I was gonna deep fry that, so I was like, hey, we're solid. And then I was just gonna worry about my vegetables, making sure my vegetables were cooked properly and seasoned well. I got an eyeball in mine. Can we talk about that eyeball?
While the chefs get started, let's take a moment to meet our judges. First up, we have Show Me Chef's executive producer and Missouri State professor, Dr. Deborah Larson. It's good to have you here.
Great to be here.
Next up, we have from Tie and Timber, Jennifer Leonard. So happy to have you here with us today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. And of course, our head judge, Angelo Wannithantri. Angelo, you're looking a little peaked today.
Hi, judges.
Oh, Angelo. I didn't even know.
What's my stunt double Gargoyle Steve doing here, huh?
Stunt double Steve.
I was getting kind of used to being next to Gargangelo.
Gargangelo.
I love it,
like
Angelo. That's it.
Yep. So the chefs have 15 minutes, correct?
Only
so
15 minutes.
Only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So they can't just mess around. They have to have a plan and just go for it, you know? Chef Lorelei, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do a liver and onion sandwich.
Perfect.
Do you like beef liver?
You know, if it's prepared correctly, yes.
Yeah, do you?
It has been a long time since I've had it, so I'm excited to try it out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think as long as it's not overcooked,
Correct.
right? We'll be
Overcooking
okay.
becomes, yep,
Well, they don't have a lot of time to cook, so hopefully that won't happen.
that's right.
When I was cooking the liver, I was a little bit nervous doing that because I hate it so much that I wasn't going to actually taste it. And I like to taste everything. And so I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants with that one because I knew I would not put the liver in my mouth.
I waited too long to get my oil hot. As time rolled on, I realized, oh no, the deep fryers are not turned on.
All right, let's go to Mary with Hotel Vandervoort and see what cocktail we have to go with these amazing appetizers.
All right, so we are going to be doing a Bloody Mary today, but it's going to be a little funky, not traditional, in the spirit of Halloween. So we're going to have a beet and fig Bloody Mary mix. I did use the top tomato mix locally as a base. And then instead of the classic vodka, we're going to have Missouri Spirits bourbon and then sherry as well.
So how is this Bloody Mary going to help enhance or pair with the ingredients that we have today for the chefs to use?
So I think the earthiness from the beets as well as the brightness and acidity from the tomato is going to pair really nicely with the beef liver. It'll go well with the savoriness of the mushrooms. The sherry is really going to play up on that. And then with that Chardonnay smoked salt, I mean, that's going to go great with this bourbon.
So what is your garnish here again?
So the garnish on this is going to be fresh basil. We have Terrell Creek Chev, which is like a goat cheese, pickled beets, and bourbon-soaked dried figs.
And you're spanking the leaves there. What are you doing?
That's just kind of to release that aroma. There you go.
Those are beautiful.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mary, for showing us these. Really appreciate you guys coming out here and helping us out. And this is Mary with Hotel Vandervoort.
So they have leeks and mushrooms from Mushroom Bob, I guess, correct?
I mean, as far as the ingredients in the basket goes, there's not a far stretch.
That's
to me.
exactly what I
I
was
think
thinking.
where it's going to come down to is execution
Yep.
and time, right?
There you go.
I go to drop the liver into the deep fryer, and the deep fryers are not on. They're not even close to up to temp.
Hey, Chef, are you going to use your deep fryer?
No.
No? Could I use yours?
Yeah.
Thank you. Mine's not on.
Okay.
So I'm scrambling to try to figure out what to do next.
Chefs, there's 5 minutes left on that clock. Only 5 minutes remain.
No, it's not hot either.
I grabbed oil out of the deep fryer and threw it into a pot and threw it on, cranked it up on high. When I realized that wasn't getting up to temp as quick as I wanted, I also grabbed a saute pan with some butter in it and threw the liver in there, hoping to get like a jump start and wait till the oil was hot enough to try to finish cooking the liver by the time limit. You know?
Chef Jody, what did you do with the eggs? What are you doing with the...
With the eggs, I was just going to try to bread and deep fry the liver, but the fryers are not up to temp right now, so getting oil hot to do that. We'll see if this is something that's going to be maybe that was a big mistake. We'll see.
Is that what I saw you worrying about just a second ago?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. Chef Lowe,
Yes,
how's it going over there? What do you got cooking?
it's going. I'm getting some schmear on this bread for this sandwich. It's a little hot mustard and that Chardonnay salt and some Greek yogurt.
All right.
We are at 1 minute.
I used the liver, the mushrooms that were in the basket, leeks, onions, the Chardonnay smoked salt. I'm trying not to overthink the things, so and stress myself out any more than I already am. So.
All right, 30 seconds remaining on that clock. 30 seconds. It all comes down to this.
I didn't have quite the amount of time I was looking forward to plating. So I had to just throw the leeks on there, and I didn't get to plate those all pretty like I wanted.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chefs, please step away from your plates. Excellent, excellent work. All right, Chef Lorelei, you are up first. Please explain your dish to the judges.
I did a liver and onion and leek slider.
15 minutes, but it smells good, doesn't it?
It does. It
When-
smells
when
great.
It smells
It
I
smells
was waiting
great.
for it to describe. I wanted to come up, eat it real fast, but let's see.
I didn't know if I should cut it or just
I know, right?
go for it.
Just dig into
I'm just
it.
going
All right.
for it. It's a
It's
slider.
a slider.
Yep.
Smart use of the horseradish.
Was that in the mustard?
Yes.
Is it a mustard? Okay.
Yep. It's a spicy mustard that I put with the Greek yogurt. Some of that Chardonnay salt in there also, just to give it a little bit of a kick.
I mean, I haven't had beef liver in a long time, but to me, it tastes great. I like the horseradish with the beef liver. I'm getting a little bit of the leeks, and then the toasted bread, kind of adding that texture and crunch. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Thank you.
I think the horseradish really stands out, but it's a great compliment, and a little bit of that creaminess, and that beef liver tastes great.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
Really good job.
I would order this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Chef Lorelei. Chef Jody, you're up. Explain your dish to the judges.
Okay, so I just wanted to bread and deep fry the liver. You know, it can be a little tricky, and you know, I don't know if you guys are liver fans, so figured that would be the best way to give that to you. I decided to do a little asparagus with it, just as kind of a base to put it on, something to pretty up the plate a little bit. The leeks just got thrown on top at the very end. You guys saw my trouble with the deep fryers not up and running, so that pushed me for time, and I didn't get to plate those.
You know what? By saying, with the little hiccup that we had over there, looks great. You have used every ingredient in here.
I mean, you know, as chefs, we have to overcome any kind of adversity we run into. You know,
There you go.
If your deep fryer's down in a restaurant, there's no excuse.
yeah.
You get the job done, figure out how to get it done. So
There you go,
that's
Jody.
what we're here to do.
The lime adds something.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The breading
Wow.
is really nice. It's very crispy and just, again, has that texture to kind of complement the liver.
He was worried about the leeks, but he sauteed it with the asparagus. Goes really well with it.
Very good.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Good job.
I'm glad you got the leeks on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really
Last
good.
second there.
Great, thank you so much, Chef Jody. All right, the chefs have left. Now let's have a bloody good time talking about it.
Let's do.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was crazy, and they both look so pretty.
Yep. They're both bringing out great dishes. It was tasty. Both of them were tasty. They were done differently.
Yes.
With Chef Jody, drizzling the lime, have a nice quarter piece of lime.
That was a
Really-
nice thought.
That
a quarter piece of lime.
Yeah, I loved that freshness that brought to what could be a heavy dish.
Yeah.
Was the mixture of the asparagus and then the light drizzle of the lime, and then just that really light breading on the liver.
So on the flip side,
Yeah.
Lorelei, there's really not much to say about that. Meaning it was good. It was very good.
It was good. She could have plated that more. She had a lot of time. She should have put garnish on there. The
Yep.
horseradish was wonderful. Compliment.
I thought the
Maybe
horseradish was
slightly
great.
overpowering.
Because they're both making good tasting dishes. Now we have to judge according to all the other characters.
That's
Right.
a tough one right there.
So we think we can decide a winner.
I think so.
Good. All right. Let's bring back in those chefs. Welcome back. All right, judges. So we've deliberated. What did we think about those appetizers?
As judges, I mean, you guys are doing such a good job now. It's a semifinal round, so you guys are, up in the stakes and up in your skills. So, but we have to judge in a different level to make sure there's a winner. And both dishes were tasting good. So now we are looking at other stuff. So the presentation-wise, Jody did a really good job, and Jody is the winner on the appetizer round.
All right. Congratulations, Chef Jody.
Thank you.
So now, chefs, we are ready for the next round. Chef Jody, you were the winner of the last round, but Chef Lorelei, there's still a chance to bring up that score with the entree round. In the entree round, we will have 35 minutes, as always, to create the perfect dish using mystery ingredients. But before we get started, we have a spooky little treat for you. Joey, bring in the box of fears.
Yes, master.
Joey,
Yes?
explain to our chefs here what they'll be doing with the box of fears.
Okay, chefs. Here's the deal. We're gonna blindfold you, and you will be looking for a card. This card is worth 2 points to go on your scorecards. Whoever gets it gets those 2 points.
So a little bit of a spooky Halloween game for us today on the episode.
Now, the next question is, who wants the owl and who wants the llama? All right, we got them on. Let's get them on.
I got mine.
Okay.
The box of
So
fears.
terrifying.
Ooh.
All right, chefs, are you ready for the box of fears?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, your 30 seconds begins now.
Look at you go. Dig, dig, my little ones.
Oh, it's coming. Oh,
we
this is
getting?
crazy. They're digging deep. Oh,
10,
Uh-oh.
9, 8,
Uh-oh.
7, 6.
oh, wow.
But yes, we have a winner.
Winner!
You pulled yours out. Ew.
The noble owl pulls ahead again. As Joey mentioned before, you stuck your hand into the box of fears. The card gives you 2 extra points, so those will go towards your overall score.
Sweet.
And the specialty item was the rubber duck. The rubber duck will actually give you 15 extra seconds in the coming round because, just like before, in the entree round, you will both only have 1 minute prior to the round beginning to get every item you need from that pantry. All right, chefs, we are ready to unveil our spooky mystery ingredients. Are you ready?
Ready.
For the entree round, you'll need to use mussels and fresh trout from Rockbridge Trout Farm, Wellerweissen Hefeweizen beer from Tie and Timber, lemon verbena from Chabom, jicama, and okra. All right, chefs, we are getting ready for that pantry time, but oh wait, it looks like some sort of kitchen goblin got in there and rearranged the pantry. That's a little strange. Your pantry time begins now.
You know, this is a time a chef needs to think about it. I'm like, you know, what kind of greens I'm gonna use in the
30 seconds
what
left
kind
on that
of
clock.
Vegetables or, you know, starch. When I was looking at it, I would have been going, okay, this is what I'm gonna make.
Right.
And this is what I'm gonna go for.
And what do I gotta
Get
find?
it. Correct.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, chefs, you have all of your pantry items. Your 35 minutes begins now.
When they revealed that I had won the appetizer round, it felt good, but I didn't want to fixate on that. I wanted to keep my mind on what's ahead of me. It definitely was a bummer, losing 2 points to a game of chance, though. It was a real bummer.
When I was reaching into the box, I was just focused on finding the bonuses that I could get. I needed that card to keep me where I was on a level playing field with Chef Jody. The big reveal on the entree round was horrifying. I was afraid that I would get something that was going to be in there staring up at me, and it was.
Your favorite thing, huh, Chef Lo?
I love it. Love when my food's staring back at me.
I know.
Never made trout, never worked with jicama, and I don't like mussels either, but you know, it is what it is, so I just went at it.
So this is Rockbridge, Rainbow Trout and Game Ranch. My name is Christy Richardson, and I am the restaurant manager / events coordinator. So in 1946, the Amix family moved to Rockbridge, and then a few years later, that is how the Trout Ranch began. Our restaurant and lodging and fishing, they're open year-round, so we only close down for about 5 days at Christmas, but the stream pretty much maintains the same temperature year-round. We have trout fishing. That's going to be our most popular thing. We race all of our own trout from the very beginning stages to the end stages. So we have a hatchery just down the road, and that's where a lot of that occurs. We also have a few big ponds that we keep our bigger breeder fish in. We have the Spring Creek out here, and we stock that, and then our guests here at Rockbridge will come in and they'll fish out of the stream. They'll bring their fish up and we clean those for them and then freeze them until they're ready to leave. Of course, we serve the trout in the restaurant, and they can actually have their own fish for dinner that night if they want to. So we also send out our smoked trout that can be found at Mama Jean's, and Brown Derby.
Now that's what I'm talking to, Trout. So Chef Joey, stop laughing at me. Tell us what we've got to pair with this delicious entree that we're having made.
Well, since we already have Thai and timber here, we're gonna go ahead and pair the same beer that the chefs are cooking with for our judges.
The Wellerweizen Hefeweizen.
Wellerweizen Hefeweizen.
Say that 20 times.
Wellerweizen Hefeweizen.
Okay, not really.
Wellerweizen.
Let's just get to pouring. Is this how you would normally pour a beer?
No, I usually put it right to my mouth. All right, judges.
Let's go grab a beer at Thai and Timber.
I've been interested in this industry through travels. It was something that my partner and I wanted to do together. Through our travels, we had drank craft beer everywhere, and I didn't realize all of the fantastic ingredients you can put into craft beer. I took on the brewing aspect knowing that my love for cooking could translate into putting these great ingredients in beer. The actual brew day takes about 8 hours. That's from start to finish. So brewing the beer to clean up, and then the actual beer fermentation for our beers averages about 21 days. We brew so many different beers all the time. We have 20 taps. So we label our cans this way because it offers us flexibility. Instead of having permanent writing, it gives us the flexibility to continue to change our beers and put the new beer names on here. I would say that our signature for the brewery in general is that we do offer a wide variety of beers. We like to try to find something for everyone. I think our beers would be used best by the chefs if it was reduced down as a glaze for maybe a savory dish. Show Me Chef was an attractive project because of that engagement, and also I just really love food, and we used beer, so food and beer, those two things that I absolutely love. If you want to find out more about Thai and Timber, the best place to go is our Facebook page, and it is just Thai and Timber Beer Co. We post just anything that's happening at the brewery.
I think it looks beautiful. Cheers.
All right.
And just look at, I don't know if you can see this, it's just the
bubbles.
if you go through the bubbles and the color, light into dark, I mean, it's, wow.
Very pretty.
Yep, good job, really.
All right, chefs, we are at the 17-minute mark, which means it's time for your extra pantry time. Chef Jody, you have 30 seconds to hit that pantry, and Chef Lorelei, you will have 15 seconds when we start the timer, which is right now.
That really does help, that bonus time, because as you're putting all your ingredients together, I mean, that's when creative juices start coming out. You're like, well, gosh, it could use a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So being able to go back and do that.
5, 4, 3, 2, great.
I wanted to make sure when I had the extra time to go back to the pantry that I grabbed more ingredients. I wanted to throw more ingredients onto the plate because the previous competition, that was kind of the knock against me, as I was keeping things a little too simple. And so I really wanted to build flavors and really add to my plates a little bit more. I didn't want it just to be basic. So I'm standing there in front of the pantry that Joey had moved everything around on us. And that really hurt me. I had an idea of where everything was. I kind of had memorized some of my favorite ingredients. And when they weren't there for me to find, it really messed me up.
When I saw the ingredients for the entree round, I knew I wanted to do a stew or some type of stew. So I thought of a pasta puttanesca. During the pantry time, I got most of what I needed for my stew, and I'm glad I had that second portion of it because there were a couple of ingredients that I wanted to add to it to build the flavor some more. When they told us that there was a pantry mix-up and we turned around and saw that things were out of place, it didn't really make a whole lot of difference. I tried to scan it as quickly as possible to see exactly what they had shifted around, and I don't think it made a huge difference, no.
Chefs, there's 5 minutes remaining on that clock. Only 5 minutes remaining.
Jody, what are you doing with the mussels?
So I just reduced down the beer, a little butter. I made a pasta, a nice little sauce with the mussels with some extra ingredients.
There you go.
Chef Lo, you got a pasta going too?
Yeah.
It's the challenge of the pastas.
Yeah.
As soon as I realize that I have all of the secret ingredients used in one way or another, then I can start thinking about building the flavors outside of those ingredients.
And I think Chef Jody's getting the bones out of the fish.
I'm actually trying to get the seeds out of the okra to make okra caviar.
Yes.
Gonna give it a shot. I got a little bit of extra time, and we got to show out today. We got to show out.
Okay.
That is very interesting.
We got to
Glad
show
you
out
told us
today.
what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm glad that you told us what you were doing. No, that's very creative.
How you feeling, Chef Lo? Just what you expected there?
Yeah. Exactly as I planned it. I knew I was gonna get mussels and trout.
Chefs, we have 1 minute left on that clock. 1 minute left.
All right, they're putting the finishing touches, like we talked about earlier. They had plenty of time.
35 minutes doesn't seem like a lot, but in fact, it's enough to put out a plate.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Chefs, 30 seconds. Finish those plates.
No worries over here, huh?
Yeah, he just shook his head, no worries.
10, 9,
always
8,
done.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chefs, please step away from your creation. Fantastic job.
A beautiful plate. Beautiful plate.
I don't know, Chef Jody, it looks a little fishy to me, but why don't you explain your dish to the judges here?
This round was, again, improvising. I didn't want to take the time to mess with that fish, so I just tried to get the flavor of the fish.
Okay.
Once I decided that, then it was all about building flavors. Threw butter in the pan, started sauteing the mussels. I added the jicama into that reduction, the beer reduction, with some tomatoes, some lemon juice. You saw I did the okra caviar on top of the mussels, just to try to add a different element and reuse the okra in another way, highlight that okra in another way.
I want to say you did a really good job in reducing the beer and putting the ingredients together. And I was really curious how the jicama was going to turn out because, like I said, I've never had it cooked before.
Yeah.
And you did a nice light cook on it, so it still is maintaining that crunch. So it's really good.
Thank you so much, Chef Jody.
Thanks, sir.
All right, Chef Lorelei, I know it took a lot of muscle to get over your fear of fish, but go ahead and describe your beautiful concoction here.
I made a mussel and trout puttanesca. It brought to mind fish stew and lemony snicket, and then being forced to make pasta puttanesca for him and his troupe. So I figured I'd try to make one of my own.
The colors on this plate are very fall.
Yep, really pretty.
Real pretty. All the vegetables are cooked through as far as I can think, and it's crispy and has a good texture right now.
So you just put the fish in the broth.
I did, yes. I grilled the trout off first and then threw the pieces into the broth.
Really?
I have to say the way you guys did your jicama, each of you, is different.
It
But
is,
they're both
yeah.
really good.
Thank you.
No, this is kind of a perfect fall lunch entree.
Great. Well, thank you so very much, Chef Lorelei.
Thank you.
While the judges deliberate, chefs, we ask that you please leave the kitchen. All right, judges, it seems like both of our chefs had to overcome some fears today with this fish.
Actually, I don't think Jody was fearful of handling the fish, but for reason he got into his head that the fish was frozen and that he had issues with that. What he said was he used the flavor of the fish and used stock.
Either it didn't reduce enough, it didn't have enough salt either to bring out that flavor. I feel like it was lacking.
I really didn't feel a lot of flavor.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the jicama. The one thing that I struggled with his dish is I like my garnishes to play some role in the dish. Yeah, so I kind of struggled with that on his.
Well, what about Chef Lorelei?
She was scared, actually, because she has not handled fish.
She's terrified of an animal looking back at her as she worked.
But saying that, she was able to get that fish flavoring to it. That sauce was
The
good.
fish flavor was amazing.
The broth
in that
was
dish.
good.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish I had more of that trout. There was a lot of fish there.
There was.
We didn't get much of it. I was like digging around for it, but the flavor was good, what I did get. You felt it
I like
more
my
seasoning.
puttanesca a little more
Yeah,
spicy.
I like the, yeah.
And I got a hint of spice, but not what I was looking
Yeah,
for
the
and what I
puttanesca,
would
yeah.
have looked forward to pairing with the hefeweizen.
Correct.
So I was looking
Yeah.
for that little bit of heat and then cooling it down with the half.
Yeah.
Great. So while the judges go fishing for a winner, let's bring back in our chefs.
Going into desserts, I feel confident with the last 2 rounds. You know, I know that I won the appetizer round, and I feel very confident in the last round.
Not super confident because of what I had to work with, but you know, I did my best on it, so we'll just see how it goes.
That being said, going into desserts, she is a force to be reckoned with, and it's still anybody's game.
Welcome back, chefs. Are you ready for some sweet treats in the dessert round?
Yes.
Definitely.
All right, just like always, we have 25 minutes to create the perfect dessert using mystery ingredients. You will have full access to the pantry the entire time, as well as the spice rack, and no dietary restrictions.
Did you see the reaction?
How about that?
All right, chefs, let's reveal these mystery ingredients. Are you ready?
Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, for your dessert, you must include coconut caramel sauce from Date Lady, coconut pecans from the Nutman, pina colada tea from Chabom Tea and Spices, and fromage from Edgewood Creamery. All right, chefs, you have your ingredients. You know the rules. Now it's time to battle it out in the dessert round. Are you ready? Your 25 minutes starts now.
As I was standing there waiting for the basket to be revealed, I was most excited about this round because, you know, that's what I do best is desserts. So I needed to redeem myself for the entree round. When I saw the ingredients of the basket, I knew that I wanted to do something kind of with a tropical element to it because there was a lot of coconut types of ingredients in there. I decided almost immediately that I wanted to make a cookie and do like a tropical cookies and cream.
So Chef Lorelei, you're mixing something. What's happening? What are you planning on making?
I'm making a cookie to start off with.
Really? Interesting. That's innovative. What are you doing, Jody?
Crepes.
Crepes. Good.
That was the only dessert I practiced for this competition.
You told me.
Didn't get to do the crepes yesterday. We're doing the crepes today.
All right, so pressure's on you, Chef Jody, because you practice and you're getting to do what you want to do.
Yep.
Okay?
I finally get to try to do crepes.
Okay.
In that moment, I'm looking at the box, the secret ingredients, and I'm just thinking to myself, please be ingredients that will go good in a crepe, because that was my one and only game plan. So I'm looking at these ingredients just thinking, how do I make all this marry together and combine these flavors into something delicious? The thing I had the most problem with was the pina colada tea. I just tossed that in some butter as I was melting the butter, and it's like, hopefully I got some of the essence out of there and, tackle the rest of it.
Love dates? Let's find out more about the Date Ladies product.
About 14 years ago, actually, my husband got a job teaching at the university in the United Arab Emirates. While he was teaching, I would put my 2-month-old in a wrap and we would basically live in the food markets. And then one day I picked up a product at the market called date syrup, which has been around forever. It's like a natural byproduct of dates because it just sweeps into bags of dates that have been sitting in the sun. And I was just blown away by the flavor profile. My husband and I kind of toyed around with the idea of starting a company so we could have our own running supply. And to make a long story short, that's what we did. I always love to tell people this because I think it's shocking, but there are over 1,000 date varieties, which blows people's mind in the United States because we've only had maybe Deglet or Medjool. We only sell Barhi dates. You can find them from the date farms or at farmers markets. We started with the date syrup, then it was natural for us to add our favorite date variety and let people know there's something else out there besides Medjool dates. Dates lend this really wonderful, rich sweetness and it marries really well with chocolate. So we started selling a chocolate spread sweetened only with dates. We also sell a coconut caramel, and we just launched a barbecue sauce and a sweet chili sauce. It seems weird for a date company to be in Missouri because we can grow dates here if we wanted to, but my husband and I are both from this area. We're just really, really glad to be where our roots are.
So Joey, have you ever tried dates?
Yes, I have, actually. I really enjoy them, but what I really like is the Date Ladies caramel syrup. It goes great over ice cream, popcorn, you name it. What about you?
Oh no, I'm in a committed relationship right now. And all right, let's get back to those chefs.
So here's the thing. She's a pastry chef.
right?
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Right.
So she
might
knocked those
have some
cookies
in
out
there.
fast already. I
we
mean,
have, look at that.
they're already going
We
on the
already
pan.
got
I know.
in 10 minutes.
Yep.
So Chef Lorelei,
Yes.
kind of go through the process of baking that cookie batter that what you just did right now.
Soften butter, then do brown sugar and regular granulated sugar. And then I added some vanilla sea salt in there, a couple of eggs, and then you do baking soda and flour. And then I added those coconut pecans to it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, chefs, we've got 10 minutes left on that clock. We still have 10 minutes.
Is that the tea? Is it toasted? Toasted coconut.
It does smell like toasted
So
coconut.
Jody, are you toasting the tea leaves?
When I melted the butter, I just put the tea leaves in there to extract flavor.
That's what it
And
is.
that's in the crepe batter.
Yep.
Smells wonderful.
Yeah, it does.
Today's dessert card is brought to us by Bonbon's Candy House on South Campbell here in Springfield, Missouri. Owner Bonnie Nolan makes a lot of the candy and chocolates in-house, and they even offer candy making classes there, which I've been dying to take. We should do that.
Yeah,
we should totally
we're gonna
do
do
that.
that.
So let's see, what did they provide for us today, and then what are we pairing with it?
So we're gonna do a Sul Tao Dorado Brazilian coffee, and it's provided to us by Coffee Ethic. We're actually gonna mix it in with a little bit of our hot chocolate milk to really pump that flavor of the chocolate. Bonbons was so nice to donate some beautiful chocolates for us
Look at
today.
those chocolates.
So
yeah.
we've got an English toffee, a walnut cluster, a chocolate dream, a peanut butter smoothie, and we've got a chocolate smoothie. So it's gonna be really nice. It's gonna mix well with everything that's going on.
Let's get these paired up for the judges.
Absolutely.
If you have extra heavy cream, I could use some.
Yep, right here.
Thank you.
Kind of nice to see the chefs sharing the product, working together.
I love that.
Competition's competition, but still you need, cohesiveness on that.
All right, chefs, we only have 5 minutes left on that clock. 5 minutes to create the perfect plate. I see them coming along.
Make sure all the ingredients, every secret ingredient is utilized properly.
My first 2 rounds I felt a lot less comfortable with because of the liver and because of the fish and the mussels. I knew that I had to really pull out all the stops with this dessert round to make up for that.
How did the cookie come out, Chef Lorelei?
Perfect.
I love it. It's perfect.
Well, they look delicious.
Yeah.
I have to say.
I was just playing it too safe yesterday. So today I wanted to bring it, I wanted to really give it my all, make sure I utilized all the time and plated a little better and got more on the plate.
This is the last time that the chefs can impress us.
That's right.
And I don't know what they think, who's leading and who's not.
Right.
But they have to bring it in and just give it all out what they got right now. Yeah. There's no whole bar.
Yeah.
Chefs, we have 1 minute. 1 minute to finish those plates.
As I was standing there plating, I wanted to make sure that I got every element on there so that they could taste all of the flavors. At the very end, one of the plates I'd forgotten to put the brittle on, so I was glad I was paying attention to that so I could get that on there at the last second.
We are now at 30 seconds. 30 seconds to finish those plates.
Overall, I'm really happy. I've gotten, I would say 5 out of the 6 dishes I put out, I would feel confident serving in a restaurant. So I'm proud of that.
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chefs, please step away from your plates. Wow.
Good job, guys.
Congratulations. Fantastic looking dessert. All right, Chef Lorelei, you are up first.
Yes.
Please explain your scrum diddly-umptious treat.
This is a tropical cookies and cream. I made a coconut pecan cookie, a lemon fromage cheese whipped cream, and then I made the coconut caramel, added the tea to that, and some fresh strawberries, drizzled that over the top of the whipped cream, and added a fresh strawberry for garnish.
Heaven, they're in heaven.
I like smiles. Yay!
Yeah.
This is amazing.
You're glowing. You've actually
Seriously.
caused the
like
judges to glow.
chills going down.
Yeah, this is so
Seriously,
good.
I don't know why I'm saying it happened to me, and I took a bite. I'm like,
That's why I cook. Is exactly that reason.
Are you
Isn't that,
crying,
you
Chef
know,
Angelo?
when somebody's
Yes.
Are you crying? There's no crying and judging. There's no crying and judging.
there's no crime.
No, that's amazing. To be able to move people, you know, with
Yeah,
your
that's-
food. That's fantastic.
Eat all of it.
I'm telling you, very good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be nice. That was all very good.
Thank you.
All right, Chef Jody, I cannot take my eyes off of your dessert. It's really difficult. Please explain this to the judges while I
Okay.
stare longingly.
So we did a coconut caramel cream sauce and candy pecan interior. And the whipped cream has it's pina colada infused. Make sure you taste the side whipped cream as well to get a little bit of peanut brittle in there. Garnished with some mint and fresh blueberries.
Crepes nice and fluffy. If I'm nitpicking, it could be a little thinner, but trust me, it's nice and fun. Okay, you know, with a cup of coffee or whatever you're drinking, this would be a great dessert.
Yeah.
A nice finish, a light dessert. It's good.
Yeah.
I wasn't entirely confident in my crepe rolling abilities and how the whipped cream was going to stay in there, so I just tried to keep it, you know, as
manageable.
Yeah, whatever I knew I could do. So.
Hey, I appreciate that. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
really good.
Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Chef Jody. All right, as the saying goes, you have to take the sour with the sweet. That was definitely a sweet round, and now we have the sour job of trying to come up with a winner. First up, let's talk about Chef Lorelei.
It was a great dessert, and I know we were a little worried when she said she was making cookies, because
Right.
on one hand it seemed simple, but on the other hand it seemed a little risky.
It was something. I really feel like what she did with that lemon and that cheese was brilliant.
All right, what about Chef Jody?
Chef Jody did, okay, to be honest with you, he did a very good crepe. His dessert, in the context of, you know, what he did, nice, crisp,
Pretty.
clean, pretty.
My biggest thing with this is I just wanted more of the nut and caramel sauce and all that stuff
I did
inside
too,
of it.
inside.
And I also felt like he could have put some sort of drizzle over the
That's
top.
what I was talking about. For not somebody who's not making desserts, he did pretty good.
I think he did a great job, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have some more to discuss, but let's go ahead and bring back in our chefs.
You know, getting ready to go back and face the judges, and I feel really good. I do.
I feel like this has been an incredible experience. If I go home today, I am not going to be disappointed in myself at all.
It's anybody's ball game, though. She brought it with that dessert.
If I lose, I'll be fine with that. If I win, I'll honestly be shocked. So.
You know, yesterday I thought I was going home, and here I am today, so who knows what could happen, you know, anything could happen.
All right, welcome back to the kitchen, chefs. The judges have made a decision, but before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about the journey that we've seen from these two amazing chefs today. First off, let's talk about Chef Jody.
Okay, Chef Jody, you did great today. You won the first round, which was excellent. Your plating was beautiful. Your liver was cooked really nice. It was just a really beautiful plate, and that won you the first round. Second round, I think this fish kind of flummoxed you a little bit, that it was frozen. I think you should have still put some fish on the plate. Grill it, bake it, put it in a pan, cook it a little bit longer. Something that would have given us something to look at with the fish, you know? Your flavors were good, but it could have been better. Your dessert round was beautiful. Your crepes were nice. It was light, fluffy, delicious. I really wanted some more filling in that thing, though. I loved what you put in it, and I just wanted a little bit more, maybe a little bit more fruit on the plate. But I tell you, overall, I think you did well with the dessert round as well.
Thank you.
Great, and what about Chef Lorelei?
Lorelei, I think that we really enjoyed your appetizer. We wanted to see a little more in the presentation, just maybe a little more color, maybe a little more freshness. For the entree, personally, I really liked how you showcased the beer. It was a great pairing. A little more spice in the puttanesca would have been nice to kind of pair with the beer, but overall, I thought that was really good. And then for the dessert round, that cookie was just amazing. The crispness on it, it was light.
You incorporated all the ingredients. The sauce you made with the tea was just excellent. We feel like there was just a lot of creativity that went into that dessert, and it was great. Thank you.
Wonderful. You both definitely brought it to this competition, but there can only be one winner. So Chef Angelo.
All right, so it was a treat. And seeing the two smiles, look at that, they're beautiful smiles, they're smiling, and I feel like you both accomplished something.
Yes.
I hope you guys felt that.
Yeah.
We really did. But today's winner for the semifinal, going to the final to win $3,000, the winner is... Today's winner for the semifinal, going to the final to win $3,000, the winner is Chef Lorelei.
Congratulations, Chef Lorelei.
Crap, holy crap. And I heard Angelo tell me that I had actually won the round. I was stunned, and it took me a lot to fight back tears. I still can't believe it. I have made a new chef friend for sure in Jody.
It's not, small task.
Yeah, no, totally proud of what I've done here in this competition.
Yep.
It's been a real honor.
My only final thoughts are just thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this competition. It's been a real pleasure, a real honor.
Thank you both so very much, and thank you for viewing. Join us next time as we have two returning chefs battle it out right here in the GreyRocks kitchen for their shot at that champion title. Join us next time on Show Me Chefs.
As they ate her food and described her flavors, I was jealous and intimidated. I was like,
not knowing is probably the hardest part of what they're gonna throw our way.
What's going on? Going into the finale, I honestly am not really, I don't really have any concerns. I know that I'm gonna be competing against somebody that's worked really hard to get there, and I have worked really hard to get here, and I'm excited, and after today, the baskets, it's gonna be okay.